guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review. This time reviewing Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 5, Episode 1 called Out with the Gold. So, speaking of Out with the Gold, that's exactly what we're starting off this episode, this season off with. We got Trick Daddy. He went to the grill shop, whatever you want to call it, to get his gold out. He lets us know he's had it in for, decades. And, he's getting to a certain age. So, he got to switch it up a little bit, get more on his grown man, sexy status, whatnot. He don't say this word for word. I'm just paraphrasing. So he takes it out, and, they don't give us no disclaimer or viewer discretion is advised. We see everything. We see the bloodiness, taking it out, taking tooths out, whatnot. I'm just like, for me personally, I don't really get, disgusted by that stuff. But at the same time, I'm just like, you could have gave people a warning for the people who don't want to see it, especially that's coming from Trick's mouth. So I'm just saying. But we have Safari. He comes to visit Trick. I guess he's the person that's gonna be bringing him home or whatnot. And Safari lets us know that he's officially in Miami. And I'm just like, okay, Safari, you want to let us know all this, but at the same time, we know you go from city to city, okay? And they even show the flashbacks. He started off in Hollywood, went to New York, then went to Atlanta, now he's in Miami. So, okay, whatever the case may be. So after not Safari, but Trick got his golds out. So now they're in a car. Safari's driving him home, so to speak. Let Safari tell it. And they immediately start talking about Safari and Amara. Safari said that they're just friends. Trick don't believe it. I guess there's rumors going around. Did I hear about any rumors? No. Because you know why? I don't check for these people. But if they're on the shade room, then, I end up knowing what's going on. So I personally, let me just put my little 2 cents in here. Side note, I didn't know about them until the birthday party of the twins. Okay, from what Shay posted and whatnot. So that's when I found out, oh, y'all was doing something, but everybody knew it was for the show. So, okay, ain't nothing going on between y'all. Y'all just friends, whatever you say. Trick don't believe it. I don't believe it. Everybody else don't believe it because it ain't true. Clearly from what we see later on in the episode. So we did move on to Suki Hana. She is in New York doing some press conference and stuff for her new song, Casamigos. Now, I haven't heard every Suki Hana song. I've heard a couple. But the couple that I've heard in the beginning, I'm like, that's just not my forte. It doesn't, ring a bell to the point where it's like, I'm going to add this to my playlist. However, this song, Casamigos or Casamiga, whatever, I'm like, I like this song. I like the hook. This is a nice song. I added it to my playlist. While I was giving one of the commercials, I actually listened to the song on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, I could rock with this. I added it to my playlist. The only Suki Hana song I got on my playlist. Maybe because of the fact of the other people that's on the song. But she's on my playlist. So we have ended the day off with a new added song on Victoria's playlist. But she got the new song. So, of course, she's doing, press run for it. She's going to Hot 97. She's going to the Breakfast Club. She's going to Angela's podcast. What is it called again? I don't remember. Lip service. She goes to different other radio stations, whatnot. So, she goes to talking with her team, her manager, all this stuff about, the new Suki. That's what she's trying to portray to be a new Suki, more classier Suki. Her cousin's just like, he missed the old Suki. First off, I said, you're back? We bringing him back? You sure you want the old Suki? I think his name is Isaiah. You sure? Because the old Suki fired you. I mean, you wasn't really doing your part, but the old Suki, you was going back and forth with on the street. Let alone, disclaimer, it was a fake argument because I didn't even believe it. But, you sure you want the old Suki back? You sure? But okay, whatever. But that's the thing, when we see the press conference she's having, on the different radio stations and podcasts and whatnot, ain't nobody believing her. They all bring up the fact that, of her past, and it doesn't help that I guess when the timing of filming of these scenes of this day of her in New York, whatever, the NLE Choppa music video, probably came out, I don't know how much prior to this happening, but the NLE Choppa music video came out. And what was she doing in the NLE Choppa music video? She wasn't just no video girl, okay? She was being walked on. She was a dog, okay? the female dog, bitch, pretty much, okay? She was being walked on a leash next to Sexy Red. So, for society standards, that's really like not of a classy woman thing to do. So it's just one of those things where it's like you want to portray that you're trying to be classy, but nobody believes it, Suki. Like, if you want to do that better and be better, whatever, be classy, that's fine. But we all know deep down you're not really a classy. You be acting a fool all places, all over the world and whatnot. So you say that, but then in the same breath, you want to have an argument with someone because they don't believe you. Like, no, they don't believe you, then prove to them that you ain't. I mean, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. But at the same time, if you want to make it seem like you're something else or trying to be something different, try to be something different versus always reverting back to your usual self just because they have something negative to say. So, whatever. She's getting frustrated, understandably so, but at the same time, I can't really be like understandably because every second you get, you just revert back to the old Suki. So, I be trying to root for you and trying to defend you, Suki, but at the same time, it's like you kind of prove them right because you just revert back to getting arguments for no reason. So, anywho, we then get to Trina. She's having a party, to celebrate her Tiny Desk performance. I did watch the Tiny Desk performance when it did come out. I did like it. She did a great job, and that's cool. So what we find out about Trina, she's single again, surprisingly or coincidentally rather, when they're playing the Single Again song. So, I guess her and Raymond decide to go their separate ways. She didn't really say if it was mutual or not, but she just needs some air to breathe, to just focus on herself, not have to worry about someone else. Honestly, she don't seem too upset about it. Seems like she's the one who broke it off with Raymond. And, if I'm being honest, guys, good for you. Trina, good for you. To be honest, Trina, I've always questioned your relationship with Homeboy because it just didn't match. The vibe wasn't there. The energy of like a loving relationship, a loving couple who's like engaged, I just didn't feel it. You tried to sell it to me, Trina, but I didn't feel it. So, I think this was the best for the both of you guys because you might have ended up regretting your decision if you married Homeboy. He's probably on cloud nine because he's like, oh, I got Trina, I got the baddest bee, in the world. But at least it was a nice run, Raymond. At least now you can be like, I was with that. That's bragging rights. Look at the guy who took Beyonce to prom. He could have that bragging right. He's very irrelevant, today, what I'm saying? But at least, that picture will forever be somewhere on the internet. And so you will have that bragging right that, you were engaged to Trina, Raymond. But all in all, honesty, I didn't see it working out. I didn't even understand how this came about. I know she said they was friends and whatnot, but I'm just like, you sure, Trina? Like, do you really, are we sure about this? I mean, if you do it, Trina, if you like it, I love it, But at the same time, were we like, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you agree with me, because to me, I just didn't see the correlation of them, And I know opposites attract and all that stuff, but to me, I didn't see it whatsoever. Like, I feel like Trina needs a man, and he didn't seem like the man that Trina needed. So, good for you, Trina. Good for you. Amara's single. Are we surprised? I mean, she says she's single, but she's really not single. But she's keeping a secret. So she gonna tell everybody in this moment that she's single. She broke it off with Homeboy because he wasn't trying to come over to the Americas to take care of his kids. So therefore, she's like, ain't no way it's gonna work. I want you here with me. She wants him there physically, and he's not there physically or financially probably, and he's just too focused on what he got going on in the DR, probably other women and other kids. So good for you, Amara, even though you kind of went to like another guy that's problematic too. But we'll get to that point. We'll get to that point. Bobby lets us know he's single. He's forever single. As long as you're having a good time, as long as you're happy where you at, Bobby, good for you. Then we get to Tip. She talks about she's sober. She's not drinking alcohol. That's good. I hope you're telling the truth. And, I don't know if you're doing this for like a forever type of thing or just a temporary detox type of thing. Either way, good for you, Tip. Just stay on the up and up, stay with the positivity. I do like Tips, so okay, cool. So then we have Bobby talking with Amara, hearing about the rumors. Because, everybody hearing there's just rumors going around about Amara and Safari. Where were these rumors at? I don't know. I don't pay attention to them. Like I said, if it's not on the Shade Room, I don't know about it because the Shade Room is like the only blog site that I follow, literally. So, okay, whatever. The rumors going around. She's denying it, whatnot. And, Bobby tries to, because I guess he's friends with all of Safari's exes. So he knows how Safari is. So he tries to let Amara know, like, listen, if you are, because, Bobby don't believe that. They're just friends, because that's what Amara trying to say. They're just friends. He's like, okay, if you say so. But in the case that you are, with homeboy, talking with homeboy, I'm just trying to forewarn you, he kind of problematic man, you know what I'm saying? He don't say this word for her, I'm just paraphrasing. So Amara tries to, make it seem like it ain't nothing, but you could clearly see she's annoyed and whatnot. Whatever. We move on to Ray J. We move to Las Vegas, okay? The scene goes from Miami to Las Vegas. I'm like, so we're just going to be on every major city in every major state in this episode? Because we already went to New York and Miami. Now we in Las Vegas. Okay, what we doing in Las Vegas? Ray J, Princess, and the kids done moved to Las Vegas because Princess' mom lives there, so she helps out with the kids a lot. And Ray J's in the car with the kids, I guess, to drop them off at the grandma's house. He tries to call Princess. She's not answering. Ray J lets us know Princess been in the casino because now she got like a gambling problem, gambling addiction, so to speak. He don't say that word for word, but pretty much she got a gambling addiction. Always in a casino, all times of days and nights and whatnot. Don't be answering the phone and whatnot. So, he's just feeling bored. Obviously he's still doing his work stuff because, the main reason he's there because of Raycon, all that stuff. But the fact that she's not readily available for him is a problem. Now, because I know of their dynamic and their situation, I'm just like, Ray J, I'm pretty sure he knows what she's doing in regards to like trying to just get back at him, but he don't really like the feeling. And I'm just like, Ray J, she really just trying to show you, she's not going to be readily available for you. She's not just going to be sitting home doing nothing while you're doing what you do, hanging out with strippers and all this stuff. Because, let Ray J tell her strippers don't count. If he has sex with a stripper, they don't count as cheating. So, you can hang out with the strippers, be out all nights and all days of the week and whatnot while she stays home with the kids. So she said, you know what, I'll get back with you, but best believe I'm not going to be no little, oh yeah, I'm the good wife just staying home. No, if I want to go to the casino, I'm going to go to the casino. And, I guess she'd be doing tournaments and stuff and whatnot. So, she just kind of like, I'm not going to be the same princess. I'll be with you. Probably for monetary purposes. That's really why I feel like Princess is still with homeboy, for the monetary purposes. And she's like, I'm still going to do me. I may not be cheating on you, but, best believe I'm going to be focused on myself. And clearly that's what we see that she's doing. Am I mad at it? Not really. Just because I know how Ray J is. Like, I'm sorry, you talking about strippers don't count? And I'm just supposed to just take that, just be the good wife. Some women would do that. But, honestly, I wouldn't even be with Ray J if that was the case. But, like I said, I think Princess is just in it for the money at this point. And for obviously the kids, so they can see that their parents are together. So, for the money and for the kids, I don't know which one comes first. But, she just chilling. So, after he drops the kids off, he goes to Trick to talk with him. I guess at Trick's event, whatnot. Complains that Princess be in a casino a lot. She lost $1.2 million playing poker. And I'm just like, yes, that's a lot of money, for the average folks. For me, that's a tremendous amount of money. I only be talking about $5. I can only imagine 1.2 million you just losing in a casino. However, Ray J, you talk about strippers and stuff don't count. So how much money you splurged on them and that you lost? With the strippers and whatnot. So, let's not really talk about losing money, because I'm pretty sure you lost more than 1.2 million on strippers and whatever else nonsense you waste the money on. So, you got the money, and like I said, honestly, if this was a different couple and stuff, then I could be more so like, okay, that's a serious conversation to have and whatnot. But in regards to Princess and Ray J, I don't want to say they're a joke. Okay, I don't want to say that, but at the same time, Ray J is just a character, and this is reality TV, so I don't really try to take any of this serious, because after all these years of all this reality TV shows of love and hip hop and whatnot, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. So, for this situation with Ray J and Princess, Ray J, you probably spend more on a weekly basis than Princess losing money at the casino. So if she like the casino, she making money, that's her hobby, let her do it. If it's to the point where she's not seeing her kids at all, then okay, I can understand having that serious conversation. But in regards to you be leaving the girl home alone all the time. She be bored. She be wanting to spend time with you. You don't be paying her no mind. But as time goes on, when you finally, I guess, realize that you got a good one or whatever, so to speak. I mean, is she a good one? I don't know. I don't really know Princess like that. But, now that you're getting more interested in her, she's like, oh, wait, no, I'm a just do me. So that's exactly what she's doing. And it's a problem for you. Oh, well, I don't know what else to tell you, Ray J, but you created this monster, so to speak. So anyway, Ray J wants to come back to Miami. Trick agrees. He misses him and whatnot. I'm like, good luck, because, Las Vegas is like, casino capital. So that's what Princess likes to do. So good luck, because I know the casinos in Miami do not compare to the casinos in Las Vegas. So we then move on to Amara. Her and Safari meet up at like some rooftop bar. And, I'm just like, y'all so dramatic. Okay, and I'm not talking about Amara and Safari. I mean, them two, both of them, they're both extra. So them together is like extra, extra. But I'm talking about like the producers with the background music and stuff. I'm like, we really had to do all this? Because, she's at the rooftop bar, looking out into the nightlife lights and whatnot. Safari comes with his fingers outstretched to touch her shoulder, and they hug, and then, look at each other lovingly and dazedly and whatnot, and they just start kissing and like tonguing each other, just literally tongue-eyed like this. And I'm just like, if this is supposed to do something to me, it's really not. Because, Amara saying she getting all hot and bothered. And I'm just like, for what? Safari? Okay. That's her man for the time being. So, okay, she getting hot and bothered for him. Okay. So, they start talking more so Amara about being nervous about letting everybody know that they're together and whatnot. Because she does care what people think. Safari don't really care what people think. And, I guess, she invites him to her daughter's birthday party, and I guess that's going to be the reveal of them being in a relationship. So, Safari said he doesn't care. He said, let's do this together. And Amara just lets us know in the confessional that she knows that a lot of people have a lot of things to say about Safari, but he does treat her right, brings her flowers and all this stuff. And I'm just like, what? So you really don't be watching any of the other seasons of Love and Hip Hop or like the family reunions and all this stuff, right? You really do not watch none of this stuff. Like, I understand feeling appreciated when a man brings you flowers. I'm not saying not to feel appreciated. He brings everybody flowers. I'm like, every girl he brings flowers. So this is the pattern of Safari from what I've seen. Once again, I don't really know about. I just go based off what Love and Hip Hop shows and the shade. Okay, so it's the same pattern. He, showers them with gifts, with some flowers, shows he's interested. But then it's, he's there for a good time, not a long time. But when it gets outstretched to a long time, then it could create problems. Am I saying they will never work? I mean, they could work because they both seem, like I said, very extra and, toxic in their own ways. So maybe they would work better than, Erica Mena and how Safari was, and better than Amara and MJ or Amara and Alan. But is it gonna last long term? No. I think honestly they shouldn't be in a relationship. Honestly, for them two, I could see them being long term friends with benefits, because they seem like they could have some hot sensual sex. That's about it. Other than that, they could be great friends, but to be a relationship, I just don't feel like it would work. And it seems like from the previews of this season, they're going to let everybody get in their head to cause destruction to the relationship. Or maybe this was just a storyline just to have something to do for this season. And, they just got the benefits of having sex with somebody. So, I don't know. But They're gonna agree to showcase their relationship and love at the birthday party, whatever. We get to Ray J back in Las Vegas, calling Princess. It's midnight. She not answering the phone, so he goes searching for her at all her favorite casinos. He finds her at one of the casinos, and she's obviously playing poker. He tries to talk with her, but she's like, "Oh, they about to hit another round, whatever the case may be." Asks him to get her a drink. He goes, gets her a drink, and eventually he does get her to, leave the table so she could talk with him a little bit. So, he misses her. And, I will be, kind of impressed. The fact that he admits that, he's a little jealous because she's spending more time with other men versus him. Now, like I said, in a normal relationship situation, I could be like, okay, I could understand and be like, okay, why don't we compromise in this instance? But since it's Ray J and Princess, I'm just like, she really don't give a fladoodle cake, okay? And Princess showed that she really didn't care because she's kind of like, okay, well, I got this tournament I'm working on, so that's why I'm here. He's asking her how much longer she gonna be. She's like, maybe 6-7 hours. He's like, no, no, no. Now, granted, I'm just like, are you spending time with your kids? I mean, if you're not spending time with Ray J, I can understand because he don't be spending time with you. But I mean, are we spending time with the kids, Princess? Because if you're not spending time with the kids, that's where I'm just kind of like, you might, why? Please take time for your kids. But in a sense, she's letting us know in the confessional, like, he be doing whatever he be doing while she just had to stay home. So now she finally found something that she could busy herself with and not worry about Ray J and what he got going on. So now he's trying to take that away from her. So I'm just like, I can't say nothing. Once again, Ray J, Princess, this is a never ending battle, okay? She just trying to beat him at his own game type of thing. She just trying to get her lick back, and the way she could get her lick back without cheating, now she's spending time in the casino. I mean, well, this is probably why you guys shouldn't even be together if you felt like you have to get a lick back. But Ray J gonna be Ray J, so I ain't mad at it, Princess. I mean, as long as you not wasting all y'all funds, do you. So then we move on. And I did put in my notes, the fact that they didn't go back and forth and started arguing and Ray J just walking off because that's what he loves to do. I'm like, that's growth. That's growth. But maybe this is just a facade for TV. I don't know. So then we move on to, there was no resolution, by the way, to the twins' birthday party. So, it's royalty themed. Mara got her tacky outfit and makeup. Okay. Amara, like I said, she just be extra with everything. So to me, it was tacky, but it is what it is, So Shay's there with her daughter and baby daddy. She finally introduces him to us. I guess he lives in Wisconsin or something like that. So he decided to move to Miami to be with her and the baby. She thought it was just for the baby, but he's like, no, I want you. So, I guess they've been together on and off for a few years. So, or maybe more than a few years, I don't know. But she's ready to get married, so she's just waiting for him to do what he need to do, okay? And she'll be happily they'll be happily ever after, all that stuff. So hopefully you get what you want, Shay, because I do like Shay. She sometimes is annoying, but for the most part, she seems cool to me. So Bobby shows up, and they talk. He talks about Amara and Safari. Shay's kind of confused, whatever, and the party commences. So Amara comes out and she talks on the mic and whatnot. Safari shows up. He takes the mic and presents Amara's daughters with 2 Rolexes. Now, this was a scene that I saw on the Shade Room when it came out. Okay, the videographer for what I seen on the Shade Room was from Shay. Now, after he presented the Rolexes and they kissed, Shay was like, "What the F?" And I felt like that was a genuine what the F. And the fact that I heard it on the TV too, I'm like, yes, we're all like, what the F? Like, that's what I was thinking when I first saw them. And I saw them kissing. I'm just like, so y'all together? For real? So, I mean, I'm looking at these Rolexes. I'm like, are these real? And if they are, do your kids have them? Because I'm just like, I understand you trying to impress Amara and whatnot. But for me, it don't make sense for you to give these 1-year-olds Rolexes. They don't know the value of Rolexes. And to me, I just feel like that's just effed up if your kids don't got Rolexes, because then they're gonna grow up and see this video and like, oh wow, my dad gave the girl he's having sex with her kids Rolexes, and what do I have? A Guess watch from JCPenney. Does it make sense? No. So I hope you got your kids Rolexes too, or something better than Rolexes. I don't know what's better than Rolex. I haven't worked in jewelry for a long time, like 10 years. I haven't worked in a jewelry store for 10 years. So I don't know the values and brands and all that stuff. But I'm just like, you doing the most, Safari. So like I said, they kids, they kind of make out a little bit and everybody's kind of flabbergasted. But Amara lets us know they've been talking for a little bit, and okay, congratulations. So we'll see how that goes. But after that, Shay lets us know she does feel some type of way because of the fact that she didn't know about Amara and Safari. And, back in the day when they were cool, Amara would let her know these things. And the fact that she didn't, she feels some type of way. And I'm just like, Shay, y'all just started getting cool again. I don't think it's going to get to the point where she would be telling you all these things like that. You guys got to work back up to that. You guys were separated, so to speak, for a good amount of time. So give it some time before y'all can be cordial or very close to the point where she can tell you these things. Plus, she be nervous because she know everybody look at Safari like he ain't SHIT. So she know you gonna have something to say, okay? So that's why she's trying to keep it away from everybody. I really want to know what her mama thinks. Her mama been quiet. I noticed the first episode, okay? I get it. But I would like to know the mom's, thoughts on it. Because I feel like the mom watches Love and Hip Hop. So I would just like to know what the mom thinks about this. But okay. Back in Las Vegas. I'm tired of Ray J already from this episode already. And I hope I don't see too much of Ray J in this season, because I don't need this back and forth of him keep complaining that Princess is in the casino. But anywho, we get back to Ray J and Princess, and I guess he cooked for her, but she's like, I got a tournament to get to. Ray J was like, please just have dinner with me. So she sits down and has dinner with him. And, he lets her know that he's upset because she chooses to play poker over him. And, she, like I said, she really don't care because he be choosing things over her too. And Ray J mentions that he wants to move back to Miami because he felt like they were at a good place and time in their relationship back in Miami. And she said she's not going back to Miami. Now, I'm just kind of like, you just want you guys to go back to Miami because then you could pull her away from the casino and then she could be readily available for you at all times again. So is that going to be a healthy relationship? No. Okay, y'all got to seriously find a common ground if this storyline is real. If it's not, let her go to the casino. Okay, like I said, you spend more money doing whatever you do. So if she, wastes a few $1 million on poker or whatnot, so be it at this point, because you guys got my nerves. Then we get to Suki. She's back in Miami. She has a party or a club event to release or premiere her song Casamigos. Bobby gets there. He talks to Suki and he talks about the old Suki. Now, honestly, all this animosity towards Bobby for this scene, I just felt like it's not necessarily just Bobby, but I think Bobby was the needle that broke the haystack, or the haystack, or what's that saying? That broke the camel's back? Needle broke it? Okay, whatever. Bobby was just that tipping point for her to the point where she just blew up. Now, obviously, she's not going to blow up at these big people, on the radio station, podcasts and stuff. So, of course, Bobby, he's free game. Okay, and plus he's on the show and whatnot. So she knows she could go back and forth and go off on Bobby. And no one's really going to say nothing because, Bobby could give her that same energy. If she were to do it to DJ Envy or Charlamagne, she, she'll be talked about, whatever the case may be. She knew who to go off on. Okay, you seen every time anybody said something, she just stayed quiet. You seen she was getting annoyed, but she stayed quiet. Bobby, the moment he said anything, she just went off. Like I said, he was a boiling point for her, so she just let all her frustrations from probably her New York trip, and on top of that, him saying what he said, and projected it all on him. That's exactly what happened. So she goes off on him, saying all these different things and whatnot. At first, he was letting it go, but then I guess he got pressed to the point where he got bucked a little bit. Goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. He walks out. She walks after him. They kind of keep going back and forth. She makes some, comments about him and his booty hole and whatnot. And I'm just like, see, Suki, this is what I'll be talking about. This is exactly what I said in the beginning of this episode. You want to be classy. You want to portray that you're trying to be classy, that you're trying to transform to be something else that you're not. Okay. In all actuality, Suki, listen, you're a ratchet. You say you're a ratchet. We believe you're a ratchet. We know you're a ratchet. Listen, be yourself. Okay. You want to be classy. You could try, but at the end of the day, you got scenes like this. Like, you know who you can talk, reckless to, and that's who you talk reckless to. So if you were classy, you wouldn't even let that bother you. You would be like, oh, well, I'll show you guys that I'm classy. But you don't show nobody that you're classy. You just show them who you are. There's nothing wrong with being a ratchet. Just be real about it. Okay? If you want to be classy, I guess you can try. I guess. But clearly it didn't work out in this episode. Maybe you got the other episodes to try to prove to us something, but you ain't really gonna be proving nothing to us other than you are who you are. That's it. But that was the end of the episode. I don't. What else is there for me to say? There's nothing else for me to say. That's it. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, come back next week. Hopefully I can make you laugh so you can subscribe then. Comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.